Alrighty. That was 1991 in Lafayette, Louisiana. Warrant was headlining. Firehouse opened. Trickster was the second band, and Warrant was the headliner. And for those who do not know or wasn't there or haven't seen it, that night Firehouse's first album went platinum, and they got their platinum award that night, which is pretty cool. Their second album went gold. Warrant, they achieved 2 double platinum albums and 1 gold, and then they got their greatest hits. I think that went gold as well. Trickster, I think, only got a gold or a platinum album. I wasn't a big Trickster fan, to be honest with you, but I was a Firehouse fan, definitely a Warrant fan for sure. Hey, Constantine, good to see you. I heard you went out last night. I haven't been involved virtually at all in the community, but there's a couple things I've seen. One of them was Ray's stream this morning. This is not a dragging stream, by the way. This is not a dragging stream. I'm just responding. But I heard you got to go out with, I think it was Locke and who else was it? JT and Meow or something? Hope that went well. Hope you had some fun. All right, let me go through and try to say hi to everybody. I don't know if I'll be able to go to the top or not, but I'll get right to it. Gremlin, you have a warning. I just timed you out. You should be untimed out here in a few minutes, but that is your warning. Roland, Andrea, how you doing? Eric, Erkman, Lydia. Of course, Gremlin's here, I think, unless he had to took off. I don't know. Ellen Degenerate, Annoyed, Sarina, or Sarina. Is it Sarina or Sarina? Not sure. Constantine, of course. What is up, my guy? Dave, DH Trains, how you doing? White Claw. Good Chipper 10K. Yeah, this is not nasty talk, anybody. Warbot's actually a mod in here, I think. Still Shifty. Cooper Howard. Warning labels. Wait, I don't know if I mentioned White Claw yet. How you doing? OJ Simpson. Locky, Trucky. That's a real Locksmith, I'm not sure. Dag Gnome. Cat Eyes. The OG Suspect. Michael Beverly is in the house. What is up? All right, so I was got a little bit more hours lately from my work, which is great. And I was eating breakfast this morning, getting ready to leave, and I saw that Ray went live, and I didn't get to watch hardly any of it. And I went back and watched most of it earlier today, and I thought, you know what? I wasn't going to go live like for another couple of weeks, to be honest with you. I am really in a good place right now. I'm going to remain there too. But I think I should reply. I have like 20-something comments that he said. Whether I'll get to all of them or not, I don't know. This is not a dragging stream. I just want to respond to Ray. Because it seems like every time he does a panel, he does some dragging, if you will. He puts down some people and then he'll say something else. And, you know, my name's been brought up almost every panel he does. And I've been kind of out of the community pretty much, for the most part, for quite a while. I've dropped a few shorts, a few little videos, and a pre-recorded thing that showed it this live, but it's not. It was a live premiere. Just responding to some people, DMing me and whatnot, and asking me through, comments, how I've been doing and everything. I'm doing great. I'm completely sober. I'm in a very good space. Very, very good space. I got my new glasses. They'll be coming in about, let's see, what's the date today? 26? They said the latest July 3rd. So I should have them just in time for the 4th of July. I got prescribed 2 pairs of glasses. One for close up, one for far away. Otherwise, I'd have to get bifocals, I guess they're called. But yeah, something like that. Something of that nature. And I was like, nah, not gonna do that. So I got a good deal though. I got a really good deal. Buy one, get one 20% off. So I took care of that and getting some more hours at work. And my girlfriend lives about 45 minutes from me, so we only got to see each other a couple of times, but we're trying to work out everything with that, you know, the schedules and the distance and everything. But she's not even in here. I'm actually surprised she's not in here, but she's probably at work, to be honest with you, still. She's supposed to get off at 6 or something like that, or 7, but sometimes they make her stay till 8. So I have no idea if she'll come in or not. But let me get to the point here. So Ray should not be banned in here, by the way. Nobody messes with Ray if he comes in here. I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to drag you, Ray. I just want to respond to some things that you said. There's some other people I like to respond to, but I'm going to wait a while on some other people. But some of the statements you said, you asked if YouTube changed me, or was I always, quote unquote, you said this, quote unquote, this way. Did you, quote, did YouTube change me, or was I always this way, end quote. I'll be honest with you, I think YouTube has changed a lot of people. I think the internet does in general. You know, when I was growing up, we didn't have the internet. I mean, we did, but it was very limited. Very, very limited. But it wasn't like YouTube and, you know, I wasn't even in there was a place called MySpace. I'm sure most of you know what that is. I've seen you guys talk about it. I was never even a part of that forum called MySpace. I really didn't get into the online stuff that much until 2001, I believe, or 2002. And I was on MSN Messenger, I believe. And there was something else. There was like a chat thing there. And I really only talked to my family and friends and stuff like that. There was very few people. There was also another forum called Pal Talk. You guys remember Pal Talk? That was quite interesting. I don't know if it's still up or not. But yeah, that was the only things I was really into for a little bit. Then I kind of stepped away. And then around 2010, 2011, somewhere around there, we started experimenting with social media at the time, my wife and I, because I was a pastor at that time. And she started first on, I think it was Facebook. I started a year later, and then we discovered YouTube at some point, and, you know, didn't really get much into it until later on. But anyways, I would say, Ray, the answer to your question is, I can't sit there and point fingers. What I do is I have to own up to what I do and what I've done. So I'm not going to sit there and say YouTube is the one that did it, even though it had a large part to do with it. Okay. You said I was a nasty person, or I wasn't a kind person. Actually, I really am, Ray. I really am. I know that when I was drinking, I was not a very good person at all. In fact, there's still some stuff I haven't even watched yet. I'm not ready yet to watch certain things because I don't want to take a step back from going forward. In all actuality, it's kind of strange for me to do a stream completely sober. I mean, completely. I have my vape. Okay, so if nicotine counts, you know, whatever. I don't know if you're able to hear or not. It's a disposable vape. This one's called Oxbar Pod Juice. It's like a mix of grape and, I don't know, some kind of other stuff. A little bit of menthol to give it that ice flavor. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Anyways, let me get to what I was getting to here. Ray did say that I randomly dox people. Ray, I only, except for two that I can think of and remember. And I really thought about this, and I dug into a couple streams, and I really, really thought about this to the best of my knowledge. Aside from two, I only doxed a handful of people or so, and those people, it's because they doxed me first several times, or my dox was on their channel, and I just avoided it. I just put it aside, and that's one of the reasons why sometimes I would relapse and pick up the bottle, because I would push it aside. You know, I was like, you know what, it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. Then I would get upset, and I would go live. A lot of times I would go live, you know, pretty wasted, to be honest with you. And I'm glad I have no desire at all to go back to alcohol, by the way. When I made that statement on my community page, I meant that. That was literally from the heart. That when I make my decision, I make my decision, and it had to be me that wanted to quit, not anybody else that wanted to want me to quit. If that makes sense. Some water here. But no, I made that decision myself, and I don't plan on going back to any kind of alcohol of any sorts. I'm not even on cannabis right now. Just my my vape. Just my vape. So do I blame YouTube? Well, I blame a lot of things. I mean, YouTube probably had about 75% to do with it. If you go back to my earlier streams, and Constantine can tell you, there he is. Hi, Ray. I'm glad you're here. It's not dragging, Ray. I'm not dragging. I'm just responding to some comments you made. All right. I'm not dragging him at all. Nobody mess with Ray or anything like that. He's all good. I'm just responding to some comments. I wasn't going to go live for a couple more weeks, but here we are. But YouTube had a lot to do with it. If you go back a couple of years and look at my earlier streams, I've said this probably 20 times. You'll see a different me. And I didn't know all the ins and outs of YouTube, going live, panels, all that stuff. I didn't even know what, of course I knew what the word clout meant, but it was a different term. The way we used it in the 70s, 80s, 90s, where it was different. We didn't use it that much. But I really didn't know what it meant. I didn't know what trolls were, except for a leprechaun, a troll under a bridge, like on the movies. I really didn't know what that was. So there was a lot of things I was very, very new to. And after a while, and not only that, doing catches and decoying really got to me, especially the decoying part. And watching different decoying channels I watched a lot of them. I'll be honest with you, I watched a lot. That's how I tried to teach myself. I tried to learn. Ryan was a big part in helping me as well. Even Alex towards the beginning there. We talked on the phone a few times and whatever. He gave me some advice, and I went against his first advice, which is don't go live on your first catch. Well, at that time, I was in VCAP Southwest, and Ryan advised that I do go live on the first catch, and we did. So, it is what it is. But I would say YouTube, the internet in general, yeah, it played a big part in my backsliding. When I first relapsed May of last year, after 7 years sober. Before that, I think I was 15, 16 years sober, something like that. Wait, I'm sorry. Was it 7 years? 2023, 2017, almost 7 years. Almost 7 years. About little over 6 years. I was completely sober. I had quit before that in 2001. So I messed up like a year and a half, and then I quit for, I think I want to say it was January, February, March or April of 2015. So I'm sorry, that'd be 14 years. I'm sorry, 14 years the first time. I didn't have nothing. And then it started with the beer at Red Lobster, actually. I had one beer, and then it kind of just went from there. And then I quit in 2017, and then I messed up in May of 2023 last year and went on a bender for quite a while. And I went 5 months sober. However, I did have a few beers here and there, especially the first 10 days. I'm really not a wine person, but my doctor's like, maybe have a glass of wine at night to help with withdrawals, just recommendations, suggestions, etc. And, wine is just not really my thing that much unless it's really, really good wine. But so I would have a couple beers here and there. But I was doing a lot of gummies and dabs. But anyways, and then I relapsed, I don't know, probably 7 to 10 times, maybe 12. I don't know, between after the 5 months. And then I finally made my decision, my choice. And I quit for myself because I didn't want to, I realized that I don't want to, I want to be here. I want to be here for my grandkids, my kids, my loved ones. I plan on moving back to Texas at the earliest in fall, October-ish. At the latest, maybe winter, early spring of 2025, I'm moving back to Dallas, Fort Worth. And I'm not dropping a link right away yet. I want to get through what I want to get through. Throwing that out there. But anyways, moving on here. You said that I randomly gaslight people. Don't we all? I'm not going to deny that. I think I have. I know I have. And mods, just real quick, if you could please, I don't want any nastiness. Give them a warning. If it means just deleting their comment and say, "Hey, that's your warning," and then time them out for 24 hours. I don't want any BS in the chat. I appreciate that so much. If it's a dox or automatic ban. Let me move on here. Yeah, you're right. I think we all randomly gaslight people. That is true. You say I make accusations on everybody. That was your term, quote unquote, everybody. I don't know everybody. I don't think anybody knows everybody. Have I made accusations? I probably have. A lot of them were actually true, and I would show proof of that. Some of them may have not have been. I was probably drunk and stupid or misunderstood it, which I admitted that. I actually have a stream apologizing to Cap when I misunderstood that one. So sure, I guess I could say you're right, but not everybody. Of course not. Not everybody. Ray, you said you would never come to my channel when you're here, by the way. I'm quoting what you said. You said you will not come to my channel until I put a mirror up to my face to see what I'm actually looking at. That was exactly what you said this morning. And you're here. So I don't understand that either too much. But I get it. Your name is kind of in the title. I thought it was kind of a little comedy there, you know. But I'm just replying to what you said here. Let me continue here. Ray, you are right. Which is what I've been doing and still doing, and which I'll continue doing, is I need to figure some SHIT out, right? I do agree with that. You also said to the people, if it happens on your panel, it all comes down on you. Okay, I kind of get what you're saying to an extent, but when somebody come up and P-bombs you, does that mean that's your fault? That's kind of edgy. I don't know. It's iffy, right? Sometimes you think it's that person, you bring them up and they do it. You didn't ask for it. If somebody says particular things, you know, like, hey, Bill Evans, good to see you. I don't like, even though I've done it myself, I'm guilty as charged, owning up to that. I just don't like cussing on my channel. And it really has a lot to do with, I'll be honest with you, it has a lot to do with TOS. And it also has to do with trying to keep my channel as clean as possible, which I try to do from the very, very beginning over 4 years ago, is try to keep this channel as clean as possible. And I made my mistakes. So yeah, I was being a bit of a hypocrite saying that, but I still want to keep it as clean as possible. I'm going to continue to do so. But I don't think that everything is, I mean, if you look at my banner, I've seen other people put it up there. You know, my opinion may vary from somebody else's opinion on a panel and vice versa. So there's that. You said I have that big hair talk and wouldn't have that kind of energy in real life. Of course I do. I worked in a prison. I worked in several correctional facilities. And by the way, yes, it was more than 2 years. Somebody told me a long time ago, give 70% truth and 30%, I guess you could say, I don't like this deception, because if you give too much information, people are going to dig, which they've already done, and they're doing, and everybody's doing to each other. And Constantine warned me on what Chris is here. What's your story? He warned me, what's your story? I was being extremely transparent. He said I wouldn't do that in this community. And that's when it wasn't that bad. The community wasn't even that bad then. That was what? We're going on almost 3 years ago when I was on What's Your Story. I couldn't do the jobs that I've done in life, Ray, if I didn't have that same energy in real life, just FYI. But I get what you're saying. You don't believe I should be on the internet, that you have a right to that opinion. You also mentioned if I was as close to God as I say I am, I should go to church and help out less fortunate folks than myself. Ray, you realize I was a pastor. That was one of my first doxes, by the way. I was a pastor for 7 years. Before that, I was an assistant pastor. And before that, I was an ambassador for the college I attended. Okay, so I've been helping people for decades, literally decades. All right, and then I fell away for a while. Now I'm back into church, which has kind of helped me get back on the right path. Well, it's not kind of, it is. So, yeah, there's your answer to that. Again, I'm not dragging you. I'm just responding to what you said about me. Okay, you said I'm a nasty soul. I'm harmful, spiteful. I'm a spiteful individual. I may have been that, like many of us have at times. Absolutely. I'm not going to deny that. Especially when I was drinking, I would wake up and not remember a thing. And I would try to look at some of the streams. I would get these DMs or calls or text messages or whatever, all that stuff. I was like, I said that? Where is that even coming from? Like, I would never say something like that. I would never treat a person like that. Well, I did, and I'm not trying to justify it, but alcohol makes us do stupid things. So, I mean, I'm not sitting there just blaming it on the alcohol, but I have to tell you, alcohol does what alcohol does. And I kind of question your sobriety on that stream this morning, Ray, not to be rude, because you did sound kind of a little, I don't know if you're half asleep still, but you kind of sound like maybe you had a little bit to drink. And maybe I'm wrong about that. I'm not accusing you. I'm just literally, that it sounded like it. I thought, well, why is he being so mean to everybody? It just, and then you would, the RIP Damone thing and this whole RIP people that haven't really passed and stuff. I just don't get that. I don't know. I'm not into all that. I don't know much about it. All I know is he's not really passed away. That's all I really know. I don't know what else happened. But he said, I'm cowardly. And I hide behind a keyboard and an alt. Ray, I don't have an alt. I've said that I don't know how many times. When I was in VCAP Southwest, or no, was it after? I can't remember. For fun, I made an alt, and I'll be honest with you, I forgot what it was called. I think maybe it was KC and I. We were doing catches that I made an alt, and I tried to be not a malicious troll, just troll a little bit, and I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I lasted maybe a couple of weeks or a month or something. And that's it. So no, I only have one account currently active, which is this one for YouTube. I don't have an alt account, nor do I use my unnamed channels that I'm going to be. Well, one of them I'll be sharing with this community, and then the other one will be it's completely different. But yeah, I don't use that account. I haven't used it at all. So no, I don't have any alts. Not alts. But no, I'm not a nasty soul. I'm a good soul. If the people that know me, Seven's met me in person. Seven has been there with me from the beginning for catches. So, yeah, he hasn't been on every catch, but he's been on a few catches, and we've been on, some hit and misses and some close calls and whatnot. He's been there. So he knows me pretty well. I'll be meeting Constantine here in September. We're looking forward to that. But I have a very solid family foundation. I have a very strong, and I was, it took God, I think, the Holy Spirit to wake me up. And for those who are non-believers, then don't listen. But that's what it was. I think the Holy Spirit grabbed a hold of my heart and said, you need to stop, and I realized at that point that I needed to stop. If anybody's talking nasty, delete their message and give them a timeout. Mods, please. I don't want any nasty business, please. Thanks. I appreciate that. You said that I'm exposing people to try and get the heat off myself. No, I expose people that need to be exposed. Again, if I did something when I was drunk and I don't remember it, okay, I own up to that. It's my fault. Guilty as charged. I just don't remember it. But anyways, no, that's not why. Of course, I put nonprofit, profitize, not like nonprofit organization in the title for a reason, because you You act like you're a prophet. Said, I'll be back in a week or two to talk about my recently restored faith. Actually, I will give you that one. I'll give you that one too. You prophesized that pretty good. Half of that, anyways, because I'm live now, not a week or two from this morning. Recently restored faith. I once saved, always saved. And I know we have different denominations, and that's fine. You'll believe things your way. I'll believe things my way. But I think I had a restored. I don't think faith is the right word. I think relationship with God would be a better word for me. So that's true. That's very, very true. Let's see. What else did you say? I'm trying to remember I'm really trying to remember everything. I should have wrote all this down. It's weird doing this sober, by the way, because I wouldn't remember hardly, crap if I wasn't. You said that something about if I had a stream, it'd be a train wreck or shipwreck or something of that nature. And there'd be 195 people in here. There's only 115 or 116 now. And I don't think it's a train wreck. I'm just trying to respond to what you said. You also mentioned something to the nature that I prosecute and beat people over the head with my beliefs, my religious beliefs, and feel superior, much like you compare me to Jen A, which Jen A is a mod in here, by the way. That way nobody can time her out. There are some things Jen A and I agree on. We actually had a couple streams where we agreed on a lot of things. And then we had some things that we definitely don't agree on. All right. I don't think everybody's going to agree on everything completely. We all have to agree to disagree, right? On some things. Sometimes it's many things. Depends on the person. That's something that bothered me too. Is you were putting down other denominations or religious beliefs, but you were upset when Jen A put down your catechism beliefs. That makes no sense. And then you told Jen A that she apparently wrote the book of, you said, Rudemonomy, which is an off-take of Deuteronomy in the Old Testament. And then you said you wished your son goes to heaven. I do too. And then told her that he may be I'll say D word. It was like back and forth. That's why I was like, is he off the wagon? Did he fall off the wagon? If he is, I'll give him a call. I was thinking about that, but I had to go to work, and I didn't know what to do, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. You also mentioned something about the Bible, that it's just an instruction manual. That's what you said. Look at John chapter 1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God. And the Word was made flesh and manifest among us, which was the Lord Jesus Christ. All right. The Bible says also in Psalms 12:6-7, the words of the Lord are pure words, as silver tried in the furnace of the earth, purified 7 times. Thou shalt keep them, O Lord, thou shalt preserve them from this generation forever. Also, the Bible, I don't know, what verse is it where it says the Bible is under private interpretation? Then you go to 2 Timothy, I believe it's chapter 2, verse 15. I used to have all this stuff memorized. Study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. That's in the Bible. And I do remember that pretty well. It's nice being it. My brain is getting so clear. This is so good. I'm glad I'm off the alcohol. Good stuff. You just kept going after Jen A. Then, yeah, you were right. Jesus did. He loved all. He hung out with the sinners, the worst of the worst. He loves everybody. That's why John 3:16 says, "For God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him shall not perish but have everlasting life." First verse I ever learned as a kid. Jesus, he hung out with the hookers, the murderers, tax collectors, etc. He came to save sinners, which were all, Bible says in Romans chapter 3, I believe it's Romans 3:23, if I'm not mistaken, for all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. So we're all sinners. We all make mistakes. Then Jen A. Apparently came in the chat. I wasn't actually looking at the chat a lot of the times, but you did say, "Look who entered the room," or something of that nature. And you said, "Jen A is here." And yeah, she did, because you put something up on the screen that she said. So you said all this stuff about her and her beliefs, which, like I said, there's some things that I agree with her about. And there's some things I absolutely do not. And then you responded, I think it was Annoyed, Guy Montag now. One that said link for Gen A. I could be wrong. Annoyed, if I'm wrong, just correct me on that. I'll drop the link here in a second, Ray. Hold on one second. For Gen A, and you said F you, Bullhand. And if you come up, Ray, there's no cussing at all. This is a cuss-free channel, okay? So no cussing, no oops. I didn't mean sorry to say it that way. I'm not being rude. I'm just responding to what you said. I'll put the link in. I won't let you up till I'm done reading this stuff up, okay? Or going by memory mainly here. I got a few notes, but I should have wrote them down. So now I'm literally going by memory. Most of the stuff was by memory. I only took a couple notes. I should have took a bunch of notes. But yeah, you kept going after Gen A and something about needing a 28, because I think Brandon came up, and something about needing a 28-year-old to take her for bingo and bring her sandwiches. And that was after you said you didn't want to have a religious debate with her. I see you there. I'll get with you in just a second. No, I see you. Thanks. I appreciate it, Ray. I let you up if you let me just finish what I need to say. All right. That's all I asked. Just mute for a little bit here. I think I had you. Yeah. There's a couple other things I'm trying to remember here that I wanted just to respond to. Something about Gen A propagating hate.
Hate mongering is probably what I said.
Something of that nature. But you said it in the name of the one thing in the world that makes people less hateful, which I assume meant the Bible. And no, I'm not.
Jeff, I meant an ever-loving creator. Regardless of his feelings, I can't imagine anybody casting their own, like literally prophesizing their own child's, long-time residency in hell based on something that's probably out of their control. And let's go back. What I says is that it's perfectly possible for somebody, people are hated by religion, race, color, but it's also possible that people of marginalized groups can also just be a dick. That's what I said.
Yeah, something of that nature.
No, because that's a completely different idea. That I said it's completely possible for someone to be in a group that is typically persecuted, but for them, on top of being in that group, to also be a dick.
Yeah, that's true.
And yes,
I mean,
Jeff,
it's like what I was. No, I was going to respond.
Jeff,
to that.
I'm in your home field. I'm not going to be up here long. When you put something out there like gold mine about somebody, if someone out there, how many people have had their children doxxed, their dead children doxxed, and they have no idea what's coming out there? There's Jeff. And when I said big hair energy, half of what I said, do you know what the word hyperbole means, Jeff?
Go ahead and read the definition for me real quick.
I'm not going to read the definition. Hyperbole just means like, it's raining cats and dogs. Like no one believes like it's not meant to be taken as gospel. So when I say that big hair energy, no, Jeff, if you and I are at Waffle House hashing out our differences, I can, with a fair amount of certainty, say that and I'm not going to swing my fucking twig and berries around in the air, but
that's just watch the language. That's all I ask. But go ahead.
Are we doing that tonight, Jeff? Is that what's going on?
I'm trying to move forward in my walk with the Lord. I really am.
Yeah, Jeff, when I said that, if you get separated from the booze, you're living this, YouTube personality lifestyle. And I said, do I think YouTube changed, Jeff? There was a you a long time ago that didn't do this stuff. And when I said you're going to have a train wreck of a stream, what I'm saying is people are going to watch and cheer for your ultimate implosion and your demise. And that's what I said I won't be here to be a part of. So if you want to deconstruct that statement and extrapolate it from it, exactly what I meant, that's why I said drop the link. And I am more than happy to clarify, Jeff.
Let me ask you a question. There's one question I wanted to ask you too. When you're, and honestly, Ray, it's my turn now. I wasn't going to let you up because there's one thing I did notice this morning is when I believe it was Annoyed, and I asked Annoyed to, correct me if I'm wrong, or Bullhand or somebody said link for Gen A because you were kind of going at her, and I get there's some. I have to agree with you. I don't agree with you or her about the whole, disowning her son because of his
Jeff, for all
decisions.
my problems
Hold on,
with
I'm
you,
not done yet. I'm not done yet. Hold on.
I'm advocating for you,
I'm
Jeff.
not
I'm
done.
going to finish or I'll leave. It's fine. I'm literally about to make a point for you. I'm not arguing. In all of your monologues about your faith, I've never heard you use it to defame a group of people. That's where my beef with her comes from. I've never heard you. That's so, yes, Jeff, I will, this is not a political debate. We don't have a moderator. We can bounce back and forth. Go ahead.
No, you're right. I get you on that. No, I was just going to say, I do, and Janae knows, we've had arguments, if you will, or disagreements, whatever you want to call it, where I don't agree that she should disown her son for his decision. I don't agree, and I don't know everything about it, to be honest with you. I don't believe her saying she likes Hitler or something or whatever. I don't agree with that either. But as far as when it comes to scripture is scripture. It comes from God. The Bible says the holy men of old were breathed upon as they wrote. It was divine intervention, and they wrote it down. You may agree different. That's fine, but that's what the Bible says. So we have those kind of beliefs. I think you and I would probably agree on a lot when it comes to scripture as well. But there's a couple of things, like I said, earlier, I have doxed a few people, and I was stupid and drunk, and I felt horrible about it. I didn't.
And what was the motivation to do it, Jeff?
Ray, I'll tell you what. I thought about that long and hard, and I'm going to be honest with you about this. This is something I would like to discuss with you in private, as far as me doxing you. Okay. That's something I want to talk to you about in private. I thought really hard. Do I want to discuss this on a panel, or do I want to talk to you in private? And if you feel, if we feel whatever, after talking maybe through Instagram or whatever, that we should go on a panel about it, we can discuss that as well. But I'd like to talk to you about that private first regarding doing that to you, and that's my stance on that. So I don't want
Jeff,
to.
I didn't even know your personal information other than what you put out on the internet, and the only conversation you ever have is when I tried to get you a sponsorship into a treatment facility. That is the extent of I know you're from New Mexico. I know that you were a corrections officer, and I know that you like hair bands.
Yeah.
But no, well, I don't know what conversation can possibly happen in private, because I know I never told you my information.
Ray, like I said, that's my answer, and I just ask that you respect that. If you don't want to talk in private, we don't have to. I've apologized to you before, and I apologize to you again right now. I am sorry for doing that, and I didn't even know I did until I was told. So again, I'm not justifying it. I'm owning up to it. I drank that night, and apparently I went to either Sam's or FCC's. Ed said I think it was on his. I don't know which one, but I went to some panel and apparently did it. So again, I apologize a second time. I've been doxed probably over 100 times, over and over and over. So have my grandkids, so have my kids, so is my deceased son. It's just ridiculous. And to be honest with you, like I said, for a long time, I would just push it aside, try to ignore it, and not even respond. And then I just kind of went off the rails of the crazy train, if you will, and I'm trying to do my best to, not only am I on the right track, I'm trying to stay on the right track and move forward.
And Jeff, you do know that I'm in the Eastern time zone, right?
Yes. Yeah, you're too.
What time did I go live today? About 11? So probably, what was that, 9 a.m. your time?
I think it was 8:30 something. I tuned in. I was eating breakfast.
So if I'm going to ask you a very, very direct question, if you were listening to that panel, you're going to go out on a limb, and with all the ridiculous, stupid wit and, just nonsense that we were coming up with, you think that I was inebriated before lunch?
I was concerned that you were, and I wasn't saying that out of spite, just so you know. I was, because you were, it's just the way you were kind of talking, and to me, it felt like you were just mad at the world, because you were just upset. And I get the thing with Jonathan. That's why I didn't even I agree with you on that. But as far as, some of the things you said about me and Jenny, and just a few of the things, I just felt like maybe you woke up on the wrong side of the bed. But I was generally concerned, just like you would be concerned, I'm sure, about me if I came up here this evening and I sounded intoxicated.
I was concerned, Jeff, which is why I reached out. I think it was back in November, and I said, "Hey, I can probably get you a sponsorship at a treatment facility." And then I continued to ask, and there comes a point where you just have to, I'll put it in terms you can understand, Jeff. Like the prodigal son had to leave and go through what he went through. So that's all. Like, no, I'm not. Whether you drink tonight or not, for your family's sake, Jeff, I hope you stay sober. For your sake, I hope you stay sober. But there comes a point where, and this is me being me. This is where you're going to take exception. I'm going to be like, you're the boy that cried relapse. Like so many times it's happened. People are not going to be optimistic anymore.
Yeah,
that you're going to handle your stuff.
Right. I agree. Yeah.
Jeff, I said you did what they did to what YouTube did to you. You're a relatively, benign middle-aged guy. I don't think that you were malicious. People trolled you. You turned into the very thing you despised. And as far as what I said about you and Jen A, I said anyone that uses faith to either stand on a soapbox or propagate hate, I'm gonna attack that idea time and time and time and time again.
You know what? I have to agree with that statement. Yeah. I agree with that statement. It goes with anybody, to be honest with you, not just, it goes with anybody, But I guess like I said in the title, this is not a dragging stream at all. I wasn't here to drag you, Ray. In fact, I've told you this many times before, even before you left, kind of, what was it, a year ago? Then you came back to the stream 6 months ago, then you came back, whatever. I was excited that you came, that first time you came back. I think it was like after 6 months or something, that first stream back or whatever. I think it was like a year ago now, 9 months ago, something of that nature. That's when we talked on the phone through Instagram or whatever, and we had that talk. I said, Ray, I miss your catching. You're one of my favorite. I've always said this. You're one of my favorite catchers. I think a lot of people would agree with me on that. You and Alex are really up there, as far as interrogating press. I just wish you would get back to that. You said you wanted to. Do you plan on doing that, or?
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. No, if you don't want to address it in public, I know Sabby's really pushing this, saying hard, says, be honest, Jeff. Tell Ray how you got his info. You want to dox him on panel. Tell him how you got his info.
You know what? I actually don't. I have to think about that, and I'll get back to you on that. I don't remember how a lot of it I got from just watching chats, people doxing people. That's the honest truth. I'll have to think about that and try to look back at myself. Think back to how I got that. Yeah, I really don't remember. I honestly don't remember. I'll get back to you on that. I sincerely will. I just want to respond to this if I could. Jeff, do you still think? No. And that night, I don't know if somebody can drop the link to that stream. It was the whole red button thing that Ryan did. Mark came at me on panel when I was on Lock. And so, of course, I defended myself. I kind of went on the defense, more of the offense. I kind of went on the defense, but I was going at Mark. And at that time, because I genuinely believe what was screenshotted and sent to me. That's who I was. Apparently, allegedly, Mark sent Jonathan CP, and I've heard some things since then that I guess the police were contacted by Ryan through the red button. The last I heard is he hasn't heard back from them, so apparently there wasn't. But no, it wasn't towards Locksmith. That's why I couldn't understand. Maybe I did say some things. I know Sabby mentioned I did call Locksmith a liar about something, so I said it, so I own up to that. I don't remember. I have to watch that stream. But no, I don't. If Locke wouldn't allow that, that's why that screenshot says, Jonathan, you need to call the police. If that's what's going on, let the police take care of it.
Jeff, are you prepared to admit that 80% of what has come your way has irrefutably been your fault?
Wait, I'm sorry. Can you repeat that one more time?
Are you prepared to admit that 80% of what's come your way has pretty much been your fault?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, You're absolutely right. Yeah.
So here's the thing, Jeff, when you have a channel that can speak to the masses of the community, and you use it, most of my stuff, like you were saying this morning, you don't get the RIP thing, Jeff. I don't know about you. You said you were super popular growing up, and I'm not saying you are, or you're not. I wasn't super popular. Not that it makes a difference, but that whole RIP Damone, RIP FTK, like that's usually the boys. Once again, I'll use that word hyperbole. We'll use stuff like that as a way to give our buddies flowers. Like when bad guy says something to me, like Ray's about to say the fucking fourth same joke again for the, and I know I use the F word. Just don't even acknowledge it, Jeff. Let's effing soldier through this.
Yeah, just like,
you know that's us being silly. I don't look, Jeff. I don't really have much in the way of wanting to communicate with you, but yeah, Jeff, stay sober, stay off of this place. Go start a 80s hairband podcast where other 40 to 65-year-olds can talk about Dee Snider and Eddie Van Halen.
Maybe, but I don't know. Dee Snider.
But you're missing what I'm saying, Jeff. Like that's
I know, Ray. I know. If you look at my avatar that was made for me thanks to my admin for my StreamYard and my YouTube channel, and another person helped me with that as well, and my new background, this YouTube channel has been trying to go a different direction for quite a while. And that's why I said
the channel may have, Jeff, but you've been going the same direction. Even that night you said you were on dabs and you lied about being intoxicated. And you went up and you're like, hey, I'm sorry for doxing you. And I still tried to give you the benefit of the doubt. And then you were, a couple of days later, dude, do we need to put an interlock on your computer?
Well, Ray, I didn't even want to do this stream, to be honest with you. Like I said, it was.
I mean, Jeff, and even the other thing too, like, anybody out there that's in a recovery program, Jeff, I don't think you understand when you made the comments that and I'm not looking for an argument. I'm just going to lay out the facts here. When you made the comments you did about what happened when you went to a quote unquote 12-step group, and then it turned out to not even be affiliated with any 12-step organization, you literally could have put, and that's like one of the few times we've seen BG, be sincere and not like a comedic troll. So that's what I'm saying, Jeff. Like I don't think that you're anything like Jonathan. But I also don't really think that there's a reason for you to be forward facing in the community until you get your stuff straightened out, Jeff. It just really doesn't. Put it this way, Jeff, if you're drinking and doxing people and then the next day talking about how God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son, what kind of light does that cast faith in?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That's why I said I wasn't going to go live for probably another week or two. And I just said, you know what? I want to respond to what you said this morning. I haven't went live for, I believe it's been 2 weeks or close to 2 weeks. I had a pre-recorded stream and premiered it because people were asking me how, and you can watch that. It showed it. People are saying, this is a live. This is not a live. It's pre-recorded, but it shows as a live because it's through StreamYard. It's a live premiere, if you will. That was pre-recorded. It was a pretty short stream, about 24 minutes. I did that, I think, a week ago, 4 days ago, 5 days. I don't know. I go to my channel and look. I'm on StreamYard right now. But other than that, I haven't really been involved virtually at all on YouTube, sincerely. And I don't plan on being that involved again for a while because I'm in a better place now and I want to move forward with my life.
I get that you're in a better place, Jeff. And, luckily nobody took what you said about, and I'm, again, like when I said, until Jeff holds a mirror up to his face, the same guy who's going to say I'm only saved by grace is the same man who said about Vladimir what you said.
Right.
Like your audio is not matching your visual, Jeff.
Right.
Like what you're saying is not matching what you're showing people.
Well, hold on. You're saying present tense. What I'm saying, I think you mean past tense. What I said in the past, correct?
I mean, when I say the past tense, I'm talking about the last calendar 90 days.
Yeah. I mean,
Jeff.
That's all I asked. Because I mean, we're talking in present tense right now, and I'm going forward with my life. I'm trying to be the person I used to be. To be honest with you, I mean, that's how else can I say it? I used to pastor a church for years, Ray. Okay, I raised a family. My ex-wife and I are still best friends. we have a great family unit from all sides of my family and my personal life. My oldest grandson was here for almost the entire week. We had a great time. I can go on and on, but people see a persona, if you will, on YouTube. And it's my fault that for a good part of almost a year, that most of the time when I went live on my channel, I was drunk and I was stupid. Or I would go on other panels and be drunk and stupid. Like
right, Jeff,
lot of other people do, right?
and Jeff, for the majority of the chat, right? Let's just go out on a limb and say that, some of these people might not have a bubbling social life outside the internet. This is a place where, we can have a fake memorial stream for Damone, talk about some lighthearted drama. When you start doxing people and making accusations, and you're literally bringing havoc into a place that was literally just supposed to be, we were the hitching post for people that were catching preds. It was a place for us to hang out, either talk about the good catches of the week or maybe tell some off color humor and hang out. Like you're not Detective Jeff. Like your job is not to, like, whatever you've been doing for the last year and a half, ever since you accused that guy of blackmailing you, I've noticed a downward spiral, man.
Yeah. Well, that's like I said, one thing that the person, I'm not going to get my personal life out too much. I'll talk to you in private if you promise to keep it private. But the person I'm talking to, I'll just say that, told me that I have to face certain things from the past, but I don't need to dwell on the past. Does that make sense? So, and that's coming from a professional, by the way. This is a professional person that I talk to, okay? They have their PhD, okay? So I talk to you more in private about that.
Jeff, if anybody in the chat has actually, whether it's alcoholism, addiction, or even if it's just, like moderate substance abuse, anybody that's gone through that knows that, and I'm very happy. What are you now? 10 days? What is it? 12?
About 2 weeks, I think.
Okay. Yeah. And Jeff, look, 2 weeks is 2 weeks is nothing to scoff at, no. But it's also not even a mustard seed.
Here's the thing, and I agree, but let me elaborate just a little bit, okay? I'm responding to that because you understand something, Ray. Again, you can't make a person do something. They have to want to do it for themselves. They have to hit a certain point. A lot of people use the term rock bottom, okay? And I realized, okay, just 1 second, okay? Hold on 1 second in the basement. All right.
Right. So Ryan wants to come up, by the way, if you can. I don't know what
point. Well, I'm going to finish what I didn't say here. And I realized it. And that's when I wrote that on my community page. I've been going forward ever since. I've been going to church. I'm back into church now, which I hadn't gone to in quite a while. I'm back in my Bible for one as well, which I haven't been in a while. So yeah, I guess you could say return to faith. That word faith is trusting in some.
I get that, Jeff, but let's attack that word faith, right? Faith without works is dead. I don't care if you love Cap or you hate Cap, but taking time out. Listen. Let me say what I'm going to say, Jeff. Taking time out of your week, to coach kids sports for free. I doubt when you wake up at 6 and do construction all day and get off at 5. You'd probably rather go home and you'd rather go home and have a microbrew. Then you have people like Bill E, who's probably pretty philanthropic. I volunteer with a couple of groups in my hometown. That's what I said. I don't care what somebody's faith is, and I don't care how somebody can quote scripture. If you want to talk about faith, Jeff, carry the message, and if you must, use words.
Right.
When somebody's there for somebody when they're having a tough time, that's and dude, I'm a troll. I'm a loud personality. And when I said that you're going to have your train wreck, if you stay on YouTube, Jeff, you are going to inevitably melt down. And, I'm not saying everybody, but there's a fair chunk of people who will literally sit down and buy tickets to it in IMAX. That's what I said, Jeff.
Oh yeah, I understand that. And I
don't really have anything else to say. And just remember this, Jeff, you doxed the one guy that offered you a scholarship into treatment. Most people would jump at the opportunity for that. Jeff, You doxed the one person, and you and I are not friends. And you know, I can't find a passage in the Bible that would reconcile those two actions, Jeff.
Well, that's your opinion. All I can say is I deeply apologize. I was in a really bad place, and I'm not going to justify what I said or did.
You never even said, Ray, thank you for the offer. You've never once even said thank you.
I thought Ray, thank you for the offer. I thought I did earlier. I could be wrong. I don't remember every little thing, but I try. But no, I do appreciate it. And there is another person, which is anonymous. It was relayed to me through Cat Ice, and she didn't give me a name. They remain anonymous to this day. Yeah, I do appreciate that very, very much. And I do feel horrible for a lot of the things I've done. But yet again, I'm a sinner saved by grace. I'm not perfect by any way, shape, or form. And anyways, I hope we're good, at least to whatever.
No, Jeff, as a matter of fact, Jeff, I don't really have much for you. Put together 6 months. And, maybe we'll have a dialogue. But when I start getting DMs like Jeff's going live with my name, I've never even put out, I don't think I've ever put out a clickbait stream, or I don't think I've ever done a live where I'm trying to bring more eyes to it than otherwise would have it.
Well, it wasn't clickbait, Ray. To me, it was comedy. I mean, maybe I'm not as comedic as you are. I don't have that talent, that skill. I mean, you do. You have that talent. You have that comedic talent. You can do, fake advertisements or whatever. You can do comedian type stuff. You're very, very good at that, and you're good at interrogating preds. That's why I hope you get back to catching again, because I really do love your catching. But everybody has their own, spiel, if you will, their own talents. God gives us talents, and we all have our different talents. And your talent is being comedic. Being very, very witty, outspoken at times. But, a lot of it's in a good way, especially when interrogating a friend. Like I said, you're one of my favorite catchers. It was just a comedic title. It wasn't to drag you. That's why I put this is not a dragging stream. This is just my response. So I hope that, whatever, we can at least be cordial. Like you said, I get you. I understand. You need to see the works. And it doesn't just come overnight. It doesn't come in 2 weeks. It takes a long time, and I get that. So I appreciate that. Beeswax wants to come up. There's no
Ryan asked to come up a while ago.
Oh, okay.
I told you that.
I'm not going to do any arguing with anybody or debating, just so everybody knows that. So if you're coming up to debate anything, Ryan, you came up last time and you just started saying the N-word and stuff like that. And yeah, but there's no need for that. Right?
Judge not, lest ye be judged. Jeff.
Yeah. But I appreciate you coming up, Ray. And I was simply just responding to that. And I just felt the need to do that. Because there's been a few times you just do what you just call a stream or a panel. And you would my name would get brought up over and over, or who somebody else's over and over, and some of it was justified and some of it wasn't. I get that. So that's all this was. As far as I'm concerned, I said what I wanted to say. And if you're finished, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I just want to hear what Ryan has to say. I'd like to stay up here so I could witness. I want to bear witness.
Oh, he should have the stream. I just texted it to him. But I'm gonna let B-Sox, no cussing, please, or anything.
Yeah. What's up, dude? How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, eh?
Good. Yeah, I've been staying away from YouTube quite a bit, but so it's not like I'm ignoring you or anybody else. I'm just, for the most part, just been staying away. I'm not even caught up on a lot of things. I'm not just involved in one community, as most people know. I'm in a lot of communities, the storm chasing community. Ryan, I did text you the link, by the way, that says you read it, so you got the link. But I'm involved in a lot of communities when I'm on YouTube. I haven't even been on YouTube that much. So it's just...
You haven't been on YouTube that much?
No, not in the last couple of weeks or so. Is that really you? Hold on, Ryan. Is that really you? Oh, yeah, it is. Okay, gotcha. All right. So MV Cap's coming up here. All right, go ahead, MV Cap.
All right. So yeah. So well, first of all, I just want to say like I never said the N-word. That wasn't one of the words.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say Ryan didn't say the N-word. He said FFSSSSHHHIT, whatever.
I said probably everything but the N-word, to tell the truth. But yeah, just as a question about the Locksmith server situation. What about what I told you made you think that there was actual proof that he actually received CP?
It was it wasn't really that he received it. It was that screenshot, and of course, I was wasted that night. I admitted to that. And you said that you never. Well, from what I understand, unless there's something you've said that I haven't heard since, it was a couple months back. You did a stream. You talked about this, and you said that you did contact your local police at that time, and you had not heard back from them whether Mark did indeed send it to Jonathan or whatever it was. So I assume that either there's nothing or it's just there's no response. So I don't know. What do you? I don't know. But I wasn't. I wasn't saying that Locke sent it. Go ahead. Sorry.
Something I kind of wanted to do was just read, just at full transparency, read the exact correspondence of exactly what I said to the police and what the police said back.
Okay.
So I do have the email. I'm gonna read the first one. It's kind of just a little bit of a back and forth.
Hey Ryan, do you care if I jump down since this has nothing to do with me?
You're free to do.
Do you want me to stay? Or you want me to go?
Whatever you feel.
What do you feel?
I guess you said you wanted to go, so maybe that. I guess. I don't know. I can't really tell.
Wait, just real quick. It doesn't matter. You guys do what you want. But is this your correspondence with the detective? You said with your email. Brian?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Go ahead. Yeah. If you want to
up.
share that? That's fine.
Actually,
Thanks,
I'm just gonna read it.
Coming up you can stay up, of course. But sorry, I was just letting Ray know. Thanks for coming up. You can stay if you want. It's up to you. Or go whatever you want to do. But I appreciate it.
Yeah. So this is exactly what I said. So this was the information I was presented with, in which I was a member of the server. I think I meant to say a while back. There were allegations that someone in the server sent child porn to another person in the server. The server since got taken down, but here's a link to the former a Gilded server that is created by the YouTube channel Locksmith. And then I actually linked the channel. I report this as a precaution, given even the potentiality of any criminal activity. And I also linked the Gilded server and the screenshot. That's the full extent of what I said. And the reason for that was because also, it was kind of in the context that CP, with the ed thing going on, I felt that wasn't being taken seriously. And then I'm seeing this conversation about, the actual screenshot says, okay, guys, I'm not sure what's going on. It's early and I'm skimming. I'm seeing someone send CP. So, just being so only on the basis alone that I was in the server at one time, and that screenshot that
right.
I am seeing someone send CP was enough for me to as
press the red button.
Yeah, if that's what you want to call it. Anything close.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I don't believe. Here's the thing: I'm glad you did that. It needed to be done. Locke even recommended that in that particular screenshot. He recommended Jonathan. I don't know, but maybe B-Sox or the background noise. I don't know. But
I'm here.
All right. Yeah, there's some background noise there. But yeah, I saw that. And I thought the same thing. I think Locksmith was doing the right thing. So I was very clear on that he said, well, if this is being done in my server, Jonathan, you need to let the police take care of it,
Yeah, and I mean, I've stuck to the story, and I've just repeated this like number of times. I mean, if there was any inconsistencies, then there would just be something that doesn't add up, or like something would be changed. But I literally never wavered from anything I've ever said.
Right.
A lot of things like you're pissed off that I didn't announce said, but the context of that was the underlying issue behind that.
Wait,
though.
Hold on. Are you reading
I was actually reading a comment by Locksmith.
which comment?
Locksmith said, "No, you were pissed off that I didn't announce said, and yeah, that word I don't really use." Oh,
All
Ryan.
right. Okay.
You know, so, and I'm actually gonna. I don't think I ever read the response, but here's the exact response from the detective. I'm not gonna say like anything about their name or anything like that, but this is the actual response.
And this is from you to the police? Your response?
This is actually the detective.
Oh, okay.
Back, ultimately, after because it was asked like, is there a case number? You know, so
right.
Actually in the email, I actually do ask for exactly that. So this is just quite literally the response. Hi Ryan, there was no case number assigned to this. Allegations from unknown parties containing minimal details are not enough to seek legal process. To proceed with legal process, we would need the suspect's screen name, account info, log images, and verified documentation of the conversations in question. Furthermore, I would need info linking the suspects to Marlboro, as I don't have jurisdiction to proceed with legal process elsewhere. We could request that the survey be taken down, but that was done already. On a side note, I, like yourself, have zero tolerance for people who are kids in exchange child pornography. Been on the ICAC task force for several years, executing search warrants for CP throughout Marlboro and making arrests. I'm also a forensic examiner dealing with phones and computers. So, I mean, I felt they handled whatever issue I sent to them very seriously. They did a great job. But that's the exact response. That's what I did. That's my response.
If they, do you think, well, here's my question. Do you think your local PD there, if they thought there was something, they probably would have brought it to the federal level?
Yeah, I mean, my thing is like, I feel like if the first, here's like my thinking of like handling CP. I think it's just like when I see it say hit the red button, it means the first thing. I think if the first thing you do, even if you're going to your local police department, whatever it is you're turning it into the police. That's the right thing to do, and then maybe you think about it a little bit. Maybe I should make it a tip to the FBI. Maybe they should do this to this district or whatever it is.
Right, right.
But the first paper trail is going to be like, hey, as soon as this person became aware of the situation, he reported it to the police, and that's my stance. Like every single time, that's what I'll do. I wouldn't have changed a thing. I mean, I kind of just don't really see how that led you to think that was evidence somehow that there was CP, but I never said that I was in that server when that screenshot took place either. But what was true was I was in that server at one point, whatever point that is, and that concerning information. Because, like, I mean, my thinking is if there was somehow CP traded in a server that was once in, I mean, you don't think that could come back at you in any kind of way?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I've never been in Discord or Gilded ever, and I still won't ever go to Discord or Gilded. I've heard so many horror stories about those places. I've been invited. I just never even tried it. Never even typed it in. And I don't plan to. And I remember when everybody's Discords got taken down, all the catchers and decoys, almost every catcher and decoy. I remember hearing about that, but I'd never been in any Discord. But I did see the screenshot. I mean, you sent me the screenshot too, because I asked for it that night, and I saw it before. Of course, I just couldn't. It's somewhere. I just couldn't find it at the moment. But again, you know, I was pretty wasted that night when I asked you for that screenshot. I was also irritated at the same time because I was just simply on a panel at Locksmith, and Mark just came up and started coming at me. And that's how it started. And that's really all I remember. I don't know if somebody has a link to that particular stream or if Lock still has that up. I'd like to I want to revisit that stream and see exactly everything I said. I know Sabby did play some things for me on her stream a couple weeks back, and that's pretty much it. I was like, wow, I said Lock was a liar. I was like, I always looked up to Lock. I don't know why. I was drunk. I'm not trying to use that as an excuse.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of also saying. Well, I mean,
back to what you were saying. Sorry, I got off track there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so I will say, so my understanding was when I did communicate whatever I was communicating, to the police as clearly as I understood it to be.
Right.
I mean, my thinking is I believed that they would take adequate action, and like whether it's to the federal level, whatever it is, my belief would be that they would escalate it to whatever level they would need to. But I will say, by no means am I an expert in this type of thing, like child porn. I've never had a catch that involves CP.
Right.
I've never been in that. Never had any kind of connection to ICAC, like anything like that. The only catches I've ever done, they were, catches there to meet like a 14-year-old boy or girl, and catch them on dating app. We're here to meet and turn that in. Never
do it
with any kind of CP situation.
The only decoy group I know of personally that I remember was, I think it was, well, actually, I don't want to say because if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I know that that particular decoy group that's on YouTube, they immediately turned it in, to the police, to the authorities and whatnot, right away. Which is one of the first things I asked you when you were helping me at the beginning and were teaching me things. I said, what happens if we're decoying and we received that, which thankfully we never did. You said turn to the police right away. Yeah, so yeah. I definitely agree with you on how you handled that.
And my thing is, like, I would say if the law is as simple as like even viewing and possessing CP, which 100% agree with, that's kind of why. I mean, I just think like the first thing you should kind of do is, I mean, like obviously I am not saying any kind of like expert or whatever, but just an understanding of the law. If the crime is possessing or viewing CP,
right,
then as soon as that comes to your lap or whatever, you gotta, like, when I said hit the red button, I mean that kind of meant going to the police. I kind of meant like,
right,
yeah,
we know what
that turned into like, I guess like as just being angry about something. That's not what I meant or what I said.
Right.
But I mean, yeah, you better turn that into police, and like that should be the first thing you should do. Call 911, call 911 if you have to, whatever it is. That's what I would. That's my stance. Like maybe that's whatever it is, but that's my stance. Like that's what I think you should do.
Let me ask you a question real quick. Do you still have that stream up? Because I do remember Jonathan went up on your red button stream. I think it was on MBCat Fireside, if I'm not mistaken. And you and him were going at it. He was saying that he had already contacted the police too, or something, and you were going to ruin the investigation or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like where I was like extra upset was because the understanding was like what you should have done was call like Denver PD or something, or like I don't even know what he said. Was it Denver PD or the FBI or something? And my thinking is like, no, I was in the server one time. I'm seeing that message. I'm taking it at face value. I'm 110% of my rate to freaking out about that and going to the authorities about like, this is concerning to me.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, I would 110%. I would do that again.
Yeah,
I mean, that's my stance.
Well, like I said,
I think they were like I heard some other people they were trying to like. I mean, I think it's like nothing other than a nonsensical like argument. It's not if that, but comparing that to like the Tommy and other catchers situation in Atlantic City, which I had nothing to do with. Like if I was there, then I would have something to do with. But because I was in the Gilded server, I was in that at one point. But it's like, how would you even go to the police? You can't be like, call the police about a conversation you heard on YouTube. I saw this guy on YouTube and he said that person saw CP or something. Like,
wasn't it like a year later that we all found out about it?
Yeah, like
if I'm not
I found out.
mistaken.
So I mean, I don't know what kind of argument people are making. I still don't understand it. But like,
And then wait,
situation
correct me if I not to interrupt, but correct me if I'm wrong. I clearly remember Tommy did a stream because that was being pressed when that came out or whatever. The Atlantic City trip with FM, and I think there was somebody, I forget who all was there on that one, maybe Musa. But he said on his one of his chit chats that he had turned all this stuff into the police to clear it, you know, to make sure there was nothing on there, and there was nothing on there.
Wait, I didn't. Wait, what happened?
I'm pretty sure I'm pretty clear. I remember it pretty clearly. He did like a chit chat or something when that came out. I think it was a chit chat. Tommy did. I think that was the original channel. Is that your phone? I think your phone's.
That's my watch and my phone.
Oh, gotcha. But he said he turned all his devices, or whatever, into the police so that he can clear his name on that. And of course, there was nothing. Is what he said. That's what I remember about that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of tough for me to remember. It's like a lot of these things, like when they just get brought up from years and years ago. I mean, it's more of a test of my memory than anything. Where I mean, I can be as honest as I see it, as I clearly remember. But if someone brings up something like 3 years ago, or like literally years ago, I mean, I'm gonna have a tough time recalling exactly what happened.
Well, of course.
So. Yeah, I mean, I'm actually, I do remember something about it being cleared. I just don't, I'm not going to pretend I have a clear memory because I absolutely do not. But I mean, yeah, I mean, I found like basically how that even surfaced, how that situation surfaced was, I mean, is exactly as I described it, a YouTube video. Like we found out on YouTube. Yes.
Right. Yeah.
So, I mean,
I don't remember which, I mean, I don't even remember what YouTube channel it was that exposed it. But I just remember that it was brought out to everybody's attention, and then Tommy did a stream shortly thereafter. I don't know exactly when. I mean, I don't have a good memory anyways, let alone, but I do remember that stream. That's one thing I do remember is him clearing that up. That's one
okay. I think there was actually, you know what? I think there was actually 2 different instances now that I remember.
Ed, wait, hold on, Ed. I don't know anything about Ed. I'm gonna put this on the screen.
No, that's what I'm addressing. So
okay, I don't know about the color.
No, I'm trying. Yeah. Okay. So there's one situation where I think he was filming what he thought was CP on his GoPro, and that was one situation. And then there was another situation where I guess he allegedly saw CP and showed it to like FM and other catchers and was laughing, and those are separate instances. See, that's the thing, it's years ago. It's tough to it's years ago.
I thought the one with FM, now that would have been the Atlantic City, not I guess there was a Colorado one that you're talking about. I didn't know about the other one. But I know the Atlantic City one.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like it's kind of crazy where it's like all you got is like getting me on something that like all of people have ever done was test my memory from years ago. There's never any kind of like actual discrepancy that I was actually misleading anyone about anything that anyone could ever point to. Right. Not years ago, 3 years ago. Well, 3 years ago is kind of years ago. Even if it's 1 year ago, it's in the realm of years ago. So.
Oh, wait.
I mean, yeah. I mean.
I just saw. Sorry, sorry, I wasn't paying attention to private chat. Somebody, I guess, banned Savvy. I don't know if that's true. I'm not letting anybody else up. I'm going to end this here pretty soon. I'll let VSOX talk for a little bit here, but I will unban you, Sabby, if you're banned. I don't know what happened, but I'll do it after the stream. But I can't really do it right now. But hey, Brian, I appreciate you coming up. I didn't want to be very long. I want B-Sox to have his time, and then I'm going to end the stream. So if unless you have something else, I need to kind of get off here pretty soon. So
yeah, I don't know, just kind of like, I'll just kind of conclude off like that. I mean, as far as like anything I've ever done or anything I have a clear memory of, I've never wavered from that. I've never like had a double standard for anything. Some people try to compare some situations that have like no elements in common at all and are completely different together somehow. And I stress somehow. Like literally calling the police on a YouTube video, like that's, I mean, obviously that's a different situation. I already have explained how those situations are different.
yeah,
But, just kind of the stance. Like, yeah, I literally read the emails of exactly what I said to the police, exactly what the police said back, and exactly why I did what I did. And I would absolutely 110% do that again. And that's my stance. And yeah, I don't know. I mean,
well, actually, I'm glad you did, because that's the first time I heard the discourse between you and the police on that email. I don't believe I've ever heard that before. So now that I've heard it, it's I guess it's over with, right? It's done. It's over with. There's nothing. And yeah, I mean, am I getting that right?
yeah.
Okay, cool. I appreciate that. I don't think I've ever heard that. I don't know if you mentioned it on your stream. Maybe I didn't catch it or something, but I'm glad I heard that.
But yeah,
I guess it was a misunderstanding. Like you said, you just saw that one. That's all I saw was that one screenshot too. That I can remember. Like I said, I never was in Gilded. It was put out on YouTube. That's how I saw it.
And also, I mean, and I guess where I was coming from, reason why I came up was like everything that I just said just now here, and like that I've kind of been saying pretty much to everyone, and I said it the same way, same details, not anything changed. Like I'd welcome anyone to press me on if any inconsistencies are there at all. I told exactly what I said to everyone, to you, and I was a little surprised that your takeaway was that like that screenshot's definitely evidence that there in fact was CP like received, but you said that you were in a sound mind then, or whatever it was, but I have nothing to do with that. I told you what I told everyone.
Right.
So
wow, I appreciate that. Yeah, thank you for talking about that. I do appreciate that quite a bit. And I'm glad you did it here. That way I can go back and listen to it again or whatever. But it seemed like it was pretty much like a quick deal. I mean, you messaged or you got a hold of the police, they responded, and that was it.
Yeah. Pretty much. I mean, those emails were kind of through a period of time because my understanding was I think I followed up, but not with a case number at a certain point. Then just kind of see what happened, and then I guess I was under the impression that adequate action must have been taken because they're the police and all. And again, I have no like expertise at all in dealing with this, and I said that like several times so far. And then kind of ultimately what happened was when there was kind of like a question of like, well, where's the case number? And I asked them, where's the case number? Then that was the response from the detective that I called in.
Okay.
Yep.
Sounds good to me. So it's all over with and done, and Mark did not send whatever. I appreciate that. Thank you, Ryan. Sincerely. And I did check the ban list. Sabby, you're not in my ban list. So
yeah, she got like unbanned or something. I saw her in chat.
Okay. Yeah, I just checked it real quick. But I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm gonna let B-Sox have his say. I'm gonna head out here pretty quick. So
yeah, I'll actually bounce.
All right, man. Take care, buddy. Thank you. All right, that's good. I'm glad he Really, I'm glad he read that. I really put a lot of thumbs up. So what's up there? Whoa, he sucks it. Wait, I'm confused. Oh, shoot. All right. I was on YouTube. Not. Is that you there, B-Sox, backstage? All right, gotcha. All right, 1, 2, 3, and what's up, dude?
What's
All
up,
right,
bro?
Sorry, I didn't want this panel to go more than like 30 to 40 minutes, and here we are almost an hour and a half. Just a chill panel, no drama, no cussing. Not trying to keep it just, But yeah, how you doing?
Yeah, pretty good. Just in a hotel right now.
Oh, really? You traveling or?
Yeah, I took a long bike ride today.
Oh, shoot. Like a
Yeah.
motorcycle or
Yeah.
an actual? Oh, okay. I thought you meant bicycle. I was thinking, man, you must have went a long ways to get a hotel room.
No. No, I rode my bike for about 5 hours today.
Oh, wow. Nice.
I'm out here in a little town called Orr, Ohio.
Yeah, don't dox her where you're at. But yeah, so you went to a different state.
Yeah.
Okay. Pretty cool. So yeah, so your bike, how many cc's does it have?
Mine's a 1200cc Heritage Sports. I mean, I got a 1200cc Sportster too, but I do got a 1200cc Harley Davidson Heritage.
Nice.
2007. Picked it up for $3,500, dude.
Really?
It's a lot more comfortable than the Sportster.
Did you still have your Camaro, right? You just sold your truck?
No, I don't have the Camaro no more.
Oh, you sold that too?
I sold it. Yeah.
Okay.
My truck did just blow up, dude.
What happened?
My truck blew up.
It blew up?
The engine. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
The pretty red one. Oh, that happened last week.
When?
Last week.
Last week? So what happened?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
It just lost all oil pressure, and then it's just the top end that's knocking. I got it towed back to my house.
So did you have full coverage insurance on it or anything, or?
No. BLPD.
So it's total then.
No, it probably just needs to get rebuilt.
Okay.
Or maybe even just an oil pump.
Yeah. All right. Well, you said blew up. I was thinking there's actually a video on my channel where there was an actual car that literally caught fire. It's on my channel.
Oh, no. Yeah, no, not like that. Not like that.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm trying to, I can't, sorry, everybody that's DMing me. I just can't keep up with everything.
Well, I'll just DMing ya.
And texting. I'm looking at them. I'll do the best I can. I did go through the ban list to the person that texted me. Apparently, Savvy's not banned now. Somebody unbanned her. She was not in the ban list when I looked. I'll check again after the stream, though. To the other person, thanks for letting me know. Appreciate that. Everything else I'll have to look at afterwards. But yeah, I'm just on the straight and narrow, and this wasn't, by no means, and I put it very clearly, it wasn't a dragging stream. It wasn't supposed to be it's not a drama stream, anything like that. But I just was responding to Ray. That's what the stream is about. But we did have Brian come up. I'm glad he did clear up some things. That was cool.
If you give me 2 minutes, I'll walk across the street to my buddy's house, show you my bike.
Hey, if you want to.
All right. Hold on, it's gonna get really loud, so I'm gonna mute myself.
Well, if you want to mute, it'd be kind of boring if I played something. I don't really have anything to play.
Just 2 minutes. It's just right across the street. 3 minutes at the most.
That. All right, thank you, Cat Eyes. I appreciate that. And Cat Eyes, actually, I wanted to. I'll throw you an Instagram audio. It only gives me 1 minute per audio, but I wanted to kind of catch up a little bit on a couple of things too. So I might get to that tomorrow or something. Appreciate you. Thank you for being a member for 2 months as well. But hey, Short Bus is in the house. So I've been looking at chat that much, guys. Hey Jeff, can you unban Shauna? Wait, there's 2 Shaunas. I don't want to. People think I'm doxing, but there's one that just simply goes by Shauna. Then there's one that goes by Shauna Dennis, and that's not a dox. So everybody knows. I don't. I can look. I guess I have time. He's gonna walk across the street, so I can look. But Shauna, though, just so I know. I tried to ban people unless they're doxing or they're just straight out just nasty. I mean, even then, like if they're not doxing, just give them a 24-hour timeout. If they're, I don't think Shauna, if it's the one I think it is, would do something like that. So my chat froze. I got to refresh my chat. Hold on. Let me catch up here. Sure. Yeah, can you let me know which Shauna it was? Let me look real quick if I have any Shaunas in the ban list. Sure.
You ready for this, Lock? You know.
Just give me about a minute. I'm just looking at the ban list real quick for any Shaunas that might be banned. I'm not seeing any right now. I don't see any. Sometimes it takes me like three times to go through it to find certain people, because I do have a lot of people on the ban list. A lot of them are doxers, or people I just don't get along with. Yeah, or people that I started the permaban thing for certain things, and I have unbanned a few people myself, or by the recommendation of like Constantine, or some people I really trust and like. Wait a minute, I think I see. There it is, Shauna. Okay, yep. Okay, I see it. I got you. I don't know why she was banned. Let me just save real quick, and she should be able. Nobody ban Shauna, please. All right, let me go back to StreamYard. Give me 1 second here. It sucks. So I can see real quick. I'll put it on the solo layout so everybody can see it better. Just a minute here.
Well, other people want to see it.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and put you on solo layout. Is that cool?
Yeah.
All right. Here we go.
Hold on, let me flip my camera over.
Oh, I didn't know that, Short Bus. That's awesome. Okay. Oh, nice. That is really nice. You said you paid $2,500?
Yeah.
Well, you got how many miles are on it?
Almost 20,000.
Well, you got a hell of a deal.
Yeah, 3,500. Well, I had to put new tires on it and new rocket arms.
You must have washed it after your trip because it looks really clean. It's been detailed.
But actually, I washed it before my trip, and it's a little dusty. It's got all the chrome. It's a Heritage.
Yeah.
Yep. Good looking bike.
Yeah, nice. Very nice. I didn't even know you had a motorcycle. Yeah, Jilly, actually, I wanted to ask you something. I'll send you the link. But I'm not letting him. Yeah, I was going to make this the last one. But I actually wanted to ask her something. I just haven't gotten around to it. She wants to come up and explain what's happening in chat. So, but I also want to ask her something. So I'll send it to you through Instagram, Jilly. So I just sent it to you, so you have the link.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, that's pretty cool. I'm glad you had a good time. So you just kind of take a little vacay, short, like we used to call it a staycay. But we would go somewhere close, like either in the state or a border state, and just stay for a night or two and then come back. Sometimes just a day.
I'm debating on keep driving south, dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got paid last month.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I did.
So are you back into construction? Oh wait, let me go back. Let me take So are you back doing construction or just farming?
Well, I'm doing farming right now, but I am doing construction still. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was laid off for 3 months.
Oh, I remember you saying that on the stream. Oh, okay, here comes Jilly. Hey Jilly, what's up?
Hey, I guess we could start with the thing you wanted to ask me.
Well, yeah, I kind of wanted to see if you wanted to come up sometime, like do a special panel. I'll talk to you more about it on Instagram. I don't want to spoil everything, you know what I mean? But yeah,
Okay.
can I DM you and ask you a couple things maybe tomorrow or something? I'll send you a couple audios or text or whatever, and maybe we could do like a special panel. There's something I was kind of wanted to see if you'd be interested in.
Sure, I think that'd be nice.
Sounds good. Now, you had something you wanted to say?
Yeah, I really value my role as moderator on the channel, and it seems as if there's quite a bit of misinformation going on, and you and some other chatters seem kind of confused by it. So I wanted to clear the air about what's going on.
Okay.
So there are messages that are being held for review that are either abusive in nature or just kind of disgusting. So I have been not allowing them through. And I think that the sheer frequency of certain people's messages being held for review due to the content of the messages, it seems like they think that they're banned when they're not. But all they would need to do is, just kind of clean up what they're saying in chat and be a little nicer, and their messages wouldn't even be held for review.
Right. I saw a couple. I haven't really been looking at chats. I've really been concentrating, but I appreciate that. That's what I want the mods to do. If it's abusive, just plain out mean or whatever. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, I'm glad that I'm doing the right thing and not, allowing things through that shouldn't be. Like, I think some of the other mods believe that this is more of a free speech zone, but it's more of a good vibe zone, if I'm correct.
I'm trying to go. I've been trying to go that direction for a while, but of course, I blame myself as well. I'm not going to deny that. But I'm trying to go in a better direction. And Michelle seems she has a question for you, or statement for you there. I don't know. Cat Eyes always does a good job keeping the chat pretty chill too. So I appreciate all y'all doing that. So Cat Eyes said Grampy. He's talking to Grampy and BCat. All right. But yeah, I appreciate that. If that's all, because I did go, and I'll go through the ban list again, afterwards, because sometimes I do miss things, so I'll go through it again.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was banned in this stream, so you probably shouldn't have to go through. But
yeah, there was one, and that I saw in the ban list that Short Bus advised me about, and I had banned her. So, but I'll go through it again afterwards just to get the same.
Oh, okay, that must have been from before I came in earlier.
It could have been. Who knows? Who knows?
All right. Well, I'll let you get back to talking to B-Sox. It looks like you have a nice motorcycle, B-Sox.
Thank you.
All right. Well, have a good night, guys.
All right, you too. We'll talk to you probably tomorrow or something, or somewhere in the next couple of days. That's
sure
good.
Thing.
All right, later. Yeah, it looks like Locksmith went live. So if you all want to go to him and I are not really, seeing eye to eye right now. We're not really getting along. I know he's mad at me, and I really would like to look at that. I wish somebody, hey, Kaz at Home is here. Member for 3 months. Thank you, Kaz at Home.
I'd like to look past my beef with him, but he obviously is a punk.
I don't know what that star means. I don't know if that means. But thank you for your support, Kaz at Home. She's from the Outback across the world.
Wow.
Thanks for being here. I'm sorry, what'd you say, B-Sox?
I'd like to look past our beef too, but you know what, Locksmith, you're a freaking sellout, bud. For $50, you're a sellout, dude. In my opinion.
Oh, you were probably a victim of one of the $50 off panel thing. Is that what it was?
It was.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was doing that a while. He actually started doing that a while back, And then he quit doing it for a long time. Then I guess he brought it back or something. But yeah, it's pretty much like a game, to be honest with you. Hey, what's up, Seven?
Oh.
Good to see you. So I wouldn't take it too personal. I mean, I remember you used to have the game. It was what, $2 a shot, $5 a drink to your sock, and whatever it was. You know, that's kind of
Yeah,
like
well, I ain't taking nobody out for no money, dude. That's some sellout bullcrap.
Yeah, I mean,
That's Tony baloney, dude.
I'll just say this. I mean, I know that it's just a game that he plays on his channel. It's like have a fun type thing, and some people will take it personal. He's actually live, so I'll probably go and end this. I personally, I think I'm banned over there, to be honest with you. I won't be over there, but if you want to go over there, maybe try to take it up with him. You can, you know. But
no, I want to take it up with him here. I won't watch the guy because he's a sellout.
Yeah, well, he's mad at me too, but you know, it is what.
Well, I guess I'm mad at him.
Yeah, I mean, we've had our ups and downs, you know, for years. But I again, you know, I hope one day we can squash everything. That's all. I mean, I try to. I don't know. Ray had a lot of good words that he told me tonight, and you know, I have to prove myself, and I understand that, you know, and I understand that some people it may take 6 months, it may take whatever, you know, I get that, and I understand that, and I did do some people wrong, and people's done wrong to me, you know, and it goes around. It's part of YouTube, and there's some communities that don't really have any of these problems. I've noticed virtually at all, you know. Then there's some that are worse than this one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean. Then there's some like there's some channels where they just allow anything and everything. Like there's no moderators, or there might be just one, you know, and they just don't care. They just let everything go through the chat. Every community or every place is different, you know. And like I said, you know, I don't really consider myself part of any community or any side. I just do me, and that's what I do. I do my thing on my channel, and there's people here from different communities. I mean, I met Kaz at home from a different community. It's a law and crime community. And I met, you know, and I know that you're kind of the same way, even though we're intertwined in a sense, and you're intertwined in what I used to call the B-Sox, and I still say it a lot, like I call it the B-Sox community, but then you say the same thing, that you're independent, you just do your thing. But we're all kind of intertwined, you know?
Yeah.
I get it. But, yeah, so you gonna be going live tonight on your channel, or you just gonna chill and go to sleep?
Just gonna chill, go to sleep.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and close this one down, man. It's been almost 2 hours, dude. I wasn't gonna go more than a half hour, 45 minutes or so, give or take. So,
all right.
I've been actually the last probably 5 lives I've done has been around between a half hour to an hour and a half ish, like around that area.
Yeah, I try to only keep it to 2 hours now, 3 hours at the most.
Yeah, there's still people that go
more than that.
Yeah, remember we used to do the 5, 6, 7, 8 hour streams and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I can't. Yeah.
Can't do that no more.
Nope.
It's too monotonous and just Tony baloney stuff, dude.
Right. It gets very toxic at times, and I'm trying to stay away from that. It's part of my personal recovery. You know, I'm not, you know, B-Sox, you know, I'm not going to get offended. Like if I go on your channel, you can drink all you want. It doesn't bother me. And here's the thing is I have to face that anyways. For instance, I went to the store the other day, and I said, I'm not going to walk by the alcohol section, right? I said, no, I'm going to. Yeah. I'm going to walk through every aisle in the alcohol section and look at everything because I need to face my issues. And I did it, and I successfully did it without buying any alcohol. I'm like, you know what?
Oh, yeah, dude.
So that's the way I'm doing it. But I'm not going to get on anybody else who does it. You know, you can do what you want. You're your own person. You know, for me, it's just not good for me, and I don't want to do it no more. So, you know.
Yeah, I get it.
But What's up, bad guy? I didn't know bad guy was here. The bad guy. What's up, losers? Yeah, that's the first thing he always says. Sup, losers?
What's up, loser?
Bad guy's cool. Yeah, he's pretty cool. We've had our ups and
That
downs.
big guy in the girl's mouth.
He's just a funny troll. No,
I know who he is. I like him, dude. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, he used to have a lot of panels. I don't think he does panels anymore, but he used to have. He used to have a big.
I've been on a panel with him.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, I think it was Locksmith or yours.
Hey, what's up, Gabby? I hope you're doing well and the little one's doing well. My youngest granddaughter just turned 1 last month. We had her birthday party. Yeah, my youngest granddaughter. That's my youngest grandchild, actually. So, or second youngest. Or wait, oh my gosh, I got 6 grandkids now. I got to think about this now. Second youngest now. Sorry, because my youngest one turns 1 next month, or in August. Sorry. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. 6 grandkids.
I haven't even really. I drank 2 beers all day. That's about it. Other than that, I'm windburnt.
Kind of staying away from it.
Yeah, a little bit. I took a shot at tequila too, but that's took a couple hits from the joint, and that's about it.
Yeah, I won't even drink 1 drink because I know if I do, it's just going to lead a path to destruction again. And even cannabis, I don't even have any of that in my system. But I will still socially use cannabis on occasion, but I'm not going to use it all the time. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I won't touch alcohol at all.
There ain't nothing wrong with marijuana.
Nah, there ain't nothing wrong with it. There's a lot of medical proven, I guess. There's theories or whatever stuff about it. So I don't have a problem with that at all. It doesn't make me do stupid things. Alcohol does. It makes me cross an line that obviously I don't like, first of all, and most people in this community and other communities have seen it and of course don't like it. And I'm just not going to touch it. So I can't drink and I won't drink. And I'm serious about this time. I mean, if I relapsed again on alcohol, I would come on panel and tell everybody goodbye and delete my channel. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what I would do. I would delete this channel. I would say, everybody, I messed up. Hasta la pasta, and I would boom, delete my channel. So yeah, that's how serious I am.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Did you see that? Oh yeah, I think you responded to it. Someone commented, and I was like, "What, dude? Someone made a fucking photo of you like that?"
Oh, that was hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was Clown Force is here. I think it was Clown Force. I'm not sure, but
I was about to come up here with that fucking as my avatar, dude.
Well, just try to watch.
I saved it.
Just say effing or freaking. But yeah, that was so funny when you texted me that. I just laughed my butt off, dude. That was so funny. I don't know how they did it. I guess it's some kind of program you can use. But I was like, okay.
Oh, it's AI stuff.
Well, I just thought to myself, okay, that would be me if I was about 500 pounds.
Yeah.
Because my face, they blew up my face.
I mean, it takes a real nerd to do something like that, Jeff.
Stuff like that cracks me up. I mean, I like trolls. I just don't like the malicious.
Oh, there's some good trolls, and then there's just the shitty trolls.
Right.
You know?
That right there would just crack me up. I was laughing my ass off for that one. But yeah, that was funny. Stuff like that is hilarious. Oh, what's up, Haystack? Have you checked out Haystack Sniper's channel, B-Sox? You got to. He's got some banger videos. He does a lot of rap and metal music about the different communities and whatnot. Haystack. Yeah, you should check it out. Haystack, drop your link if you could. But yeah, I'm going to end this, dude. I appreciate you coming up. Big time.
All right, give me enough time to get into the chat then, dude, if he's going to drop his link.
Oh, I will. I'll keep it going for another 5 or so minutes.
Oh, no, could you just send it to me on text?
Oh, yeah, I can do that too. But for everybody else, Haystack, drop your link, dude.
All right.
Wait,
Hell yeah.
I think Frogger. I'm gonna read what he says. I get I get 2 pairs of glasses coming in, one for close up, one for driving. By July.
Oh, okay.
So I have to see, Jeff. If you believe in yourself, that's all that matters. You wanting help in your own shows you want help. I've been clean. Wow, Frogger, 17 years. Clean enough. I took myself to want to get clean. That is so, Frogger. I appreciate that, and God bless you. That's amazing. That is good stuff right there. And I like what Nepa's been putting out. I saw him in a few chats. He puts up a few, or if I remember struggling from this, that, or go seek some help or whatever. So thank you, Frogger, for that testimony. That is so awesome.
I believe in full sobriety, Jeff. I've been there, done that. I've been to the point where I have been drinking every day continuously and been down and out. Had to the liquor poops, dude.
I think I was probably worse. Oh man, I would say the second time was when I quit in 01, October of 01. Yes, October of 01. And then the third, no, not this last time, like the one before this one, but this time, I think was my worst too. So those 2 times. So I've had a bout with alcohol since probably, oh gosh, 1988.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and then I quit for I thought it was 15, but it's actually 14 years. And then I started up again for about a year and a half-ish. And then I quit for almost 7 years, a little over 6 years. And then I had even though I didn't really have a lot for 5 months, I'll just go and include the whole thing, about another year with it. So, yeah, this last one was a bad one, though. It was a bad one. But it wasn't day drinking, though, for the most part, unless it was like maybe like a weekend or a certain day where I had no work or something, but it was mostly, evening time is when I would start. I wasn't like waking up drinking. I know people that do that. And by the way, I got a question. Did York really pass away?
Maybe he did, but I can't release that information unless I dox the guy.
No.
Because every time I talk about it, someone tells me a bullshit ass liar.
Well, just text me, dude. Just because I remember he almost passed from alcohol, and he was in the hospital for a while, that one time, and then he came back, and then everybody keeps on saying certain things. I'm not going to repeat what they say, and I'm genuinely curious. But I would never tell anybody if I need to keep it private, but you can text me if you want, So
he was shitting and, excuse my language, he was pooping himself.
Yeah.
And peeing himself. And when he was coming up on my live stream, he was like self-admitting it and saying,
Well, he was doing it.
But he was telling he was not good, Jeff.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
And I do have his docs.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
And I'm not going to get trolled to the point by anyone to dox the perhaps deceased guy, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I respect that. There's Haystack's channel for everybody that doesn't have it in chat. But all right, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, just if you want to, just text me. I was just curious, because we had our ups and downs. For the most part, we had ups. We had a good time, mostly on your panel, actually.
I've got down to drinking once a week, dude.
That's amazing. That's really good.
We're going on 6 months. Nobody's seen them. And in my opinion, I do know what happened to him, because.
Yeah, but don't. Yeah, I wouldn't say. I agree.
Just assume what you think is probably the truth.
Yeah, we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. All right, man. Well, I appreciate you coming up. You know what? I'll try to make up on one of your panels soon. It may not be like a day or two, but maybe this weekend or something. Depends what goes on.
Yeah.
But like I said,
I get it, man.
I've been backing away from YouTube. I'll go in to certain channels and say hi or give it I've actually lurked in a couple of yours and didn't even chat and just hit the thumbs up. And
Oh
just
yeah.
lurked.
Well, now I'm getting slandered, dude.
Oh, well, maybe I should check out what
People
Just
slandering me and calling me a child doxer when they're out there doxing my child, my infant
Oh
child.
no, I was gonna say I
Yeah,
heard
it's
about your
horrible, dude.
child being. I heard about your child being doxxed. So I didn't know they were accusing you
Yeah.
of the same thing. Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Kaz at home, it was a pleasure to see you. Thanks for subbing to Haystack. Yeah, y'all sub to Haystack if you're not. You got some real bangers. Even my drunken, when I relapsed the first time in almost 7 years last May, I was actually worried when I woke up the next day. I was like, oh no, Haystack's going to do a video about that. And oh no, I drank for the first time in almost 7 years or whatever. But it's, it's okay. It's all good. But he's got some real bangers.
You were coming up on my panel. You were drinking with me and David, I think it was.
You and
David Cox.
David Cox. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen, of course, I haven't been involved in YouTube that much, but I haven't seen him around that much either. That was.
Oh, he's my cousin. He comes up on my show every day.
Yeah, but he's also in this community a lot too. I remember that. Yeah, that wasn't that long ago. That was about 3 or 4 weeks ago. But there was something. Yeah. He had to clear his name again or something too. I don't want to get into all that.
Yeah, someone was telling him I didn't believe the baloney crap coming out of people. I was like, good.
Right.
What?
Right. I don't know. Like I said,
They're trying to call him a P3.
Right. Like I said, I got to focus on my sobriety, and everything. And so if I feel like I'm I'm just waiting for the car. Yeah, it's okay. But if I feel like it's a panel that's going to trigger me to even think about something, I just can't do it. I have to focus on going forward. Even though I'm trying, I have to face it anyways. But again, I'm having more fun at summertime. I'm having more fun touching grass, if you will, or here touching sand, which is, I'm going out and doing things and, real life stuff. So I haven't really been involved that much. So, but yeah, I'm going to shut her down, man. It's almost 2 hours, bro. But I appreciate you coming.
All right, have a good night.
All right, I'll come visit you soon. All right, take care.
All right, peace out, dude.
Later, man. All right, folks. Appreciate you being here. I think Locksmith went live, so if y'all want to go over to Locksmith's, I think I'm banned over there, so you won't see me over there. Yeah, let's see. Go ahead, Jeff. You'll be pulling on locks. No. I think I actually tried to comment the other night, Bullhand over there, to ask if I could come up and talk to him. I don't know exactly when it was, to be honest with you, but I was banned, and so whoops, what did I do here? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and shut her down. So I have a new full song that it's processing, but StreamYard only lets me upload so many minutes of something. So I just took a couple of my shorts and let me upload 2 of those. That's all I got. So I'm with those. We'll end it how we started, I guess. This is Beastie Boys' song "Fight for Your Rights to Party." This was in '91 in Lafayette, Louisiana, with Warrant, Trickster, and Firehouse. And then the last will be Ozzy Osbourne. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming. Hasta la pasta.